So this is Mr. Reginald Odom, and we're just gonna dive into a little bit of the man behind the name. So, Mr. Odom, how about you tell the people a little bit about who you are?
Okay, well, my name is Reginald Odom, of course, 43 years of age. I was born November 6, 1970 here in Port Gibson. I attended college at Southern University in Baton Rouge, majored in electrical engineering. I went on to go to the military, Army National Guard. From there, I attended Alcorn State University, where I received a degree in elementary education and a master's degree in guidance education.
Wow. Go ahead.
I also was able to pledge Kappa Alpha Psi while I was attending the great University of Alcorn State.
Okay.
What I do for a living is I like to make people happy in whatever ways I can. If it's putting somebody in a new vehicle that wouldn't ordinarily be able to afford it, affordable housing, doing events like the one you see here, where the children and the families are here together as one in the unity. That's what I do.
Okay. And you just spoke about what exactly is going on today here. And where are we?
We're in Port Gibson. We're on the Arc, of course, on Highway 61 in Port Gibson. It's an outdoor venue that we're trying to brand. When we say the Arc, we want everyone to know where the Arc is located and what the Arc is about. The Arc is about providing a safe, fun-filled environment for anybody, all cultures, all ages. As you can see, we have little children, we have adults, we have blues singers, we have horseback riding, we have ATV riding, we have all types of things going on today. This is the first annual Blues and Cruise horse, bike, truck, and car show that we're holding here. We do the annual Taste of Port Gibson Festival, which we do the first April of every year, I'm sorry. This is the first year we've tried the blues, and it's turned out to be a great event. We're gonna do more.
Okay. What is it that motivates you to do all of these things? To just step out there and let fear look in the background and, you know, say, okay, I'm gonna tackle this and we're gonna get this done.
My love and passion for making people happy is one. When people doubt me or doubt something that I can do, it fuels my motivation. It adds fuel to the fire. When I was doing this event, most people told me that, Reggie, it won't be a success because they have R. Kelly in town. He sold over 50,000 tickets. They're expecting a crowd of 80,000 at the stadium today. So even with all that going on, well, Reggie, they have something going on in Fayette. They have something going on here. They have something going on there. What I do is I grasp to that, and it adds fuel to my fire, and it motivates me to work more, to put more energy into what I'm doing, and to turn it to big success. Now, what I do is lead by example. So I can't tell you that you can do anything that you put your mind to do if I'm fearing things. If people tell me something, if I doubt myself, or if an obstacle is placed before me and I don't find a way to go around it, over it, under it, or straight through it, then I'm defeating the purpose which I'm bringing. You know, I bring a message with my whole life. My whole life is about motivating people. I want to see people move forward. I want to see people with leadership skills, entrepreneurship skills, and I lead by example. Whatever it takes to motivate others, that's what I do. And that, in the terms, motivates me because it raised the bar. When people say, Reggie, you're doing this and you're doing that and you're doing good in the community, it motivates me to live for a higher standard. Okay, so it raises the bar. When I do an event and I look back and I see the success, the grill smoking, everybody's having a good time, the children are happy, there's no shooting, there's no fighting, there's just harmony, there's love in the air, it makes me happy at the end of the day. So that's what I do.
Okay. So would you say that you are a very, very driven man?
Very driven. Very driven. If you can tell, I haven't sat still since you've been here.
Yes, yes,
we almost weren't able to make this interview because I'm so busy body.
Yes, yes.
But that comes with the territory, you know. You can't let grass grow under your feet. If you let grass grow under your feet, you're not doing anything. So I stay in motion. I'm a mover. I'm a doer. I'm a shaker. You know, I have my hustle and flow together. You know.
And explain hustle and flow.
Hustle and flow. Hustle and flow. Something my favorite. Hustle and flow is something that I derived from. It was a spinoff from the movie Hustle and Flow. That's where I got the actual saying from, Hustle and Flow. But I applied business to it. Hustle is what you have, what it takes to motivate you, the motivation, the drive, the determination not to be denied, to go for whatever it is that you're trying to go for. That's the hustle. The flow is the business side. Okay, you have to put the two together and combine them in order to make whatever you're doing be successful. You can have hustle and not have flow, and it won't work. You can have flow and not have hustle, and it won't work. What I'm saying is, if you have flow, which is business, you don't have the hustle to get out there and sell your product or move your product or whatever it is that you're trying to do. It's hard to be successful at it, and vice versa. If you have the hustle to do it, but you don't have the business sense or the business entity to do what it is you're trying to do, then it's like faith without works.
Okay, faith without works.
True grit. True grit is something that we talked about the other day.
Yes.
And it's something that's within you that lets you know that you won't be denied. You whatever it is that's in front of you, you will tackle that feat. You know, whatever it be. And I got the name from a movie called True Grit, where this young girl, her father was killed. It was a Western, and he was murdered by some renegades. And her destiny was to avenge her father's death, and she went through every mold, hill, mound, every effort. She put forth every effort to assure that she did that, and at the end she did it. And she was a young girl. That movie inspired me.
Okay. So how do you go about creating these visions that you have?
What I do, I question everything. If there's a grain of salt on the table, I question how did they do that? Where did that salt come from? How do they make cologne? What makes a light up? You know, I question everything. If somebody says something, you know, well, my husband hit me. I don't know, why did he hit you? What did you do? You know, some people will jump. You know, at first just they'll be like, oh, he's a low down, this and that, which I don't agree with domestic violence. But I want to know, what is it that made him do this? What did you provoke? Which still doesn't give him a right to do that.
Right.
But I question that, you know. And in that, it's hard for people to sway you and to manipulate your mind, because you're your own person, and that's a part of knowing who you are.
I had a interview previously, and her platform was, in order to be anything or be successful, you have to know who you are.
Exactly.
You have to know who you are.
If you know who you are, no one can tell you who you are. No one can call you fat, ugly, black, all of these names, all of these explicits, and it hurts you. And a part of knowing who you are, it deals with the with the duck. I call it the duck effect. And if you take a duck, place him in this water, a duck's feathers, they're waterproof. He can go in, he can swim, he can go underwater, and the water just rolls off him. So whatever they say and try to use against you or tell you, it'll roll off. You just shrug your shoulders and you keep it moving. That's a part of knowing who you are. No one can tell you who you are.
Okay. We discussed how you find your ideas, where you go to clear your head. Tell us about that.
Serenity. Everyone needs serenity. This is my thinking spot. I come out here on this land and I walk 8.5 miles sometimes, almost every morning. If not in the mornings, I do it in the afternoon. And that's my me time, my time. And everyone needs that. Everyone needs that space. You know, that the domain on the computer, my space. Everyone needs his or her space. personal space to reevaluate themselves, to reevaluate the things that's going on around them, their actions, to be able to admit when they're wrong, and seeing wrong in themselves, and not always looking for an excuse. I don't look for excuses, I look for solutions. If there's a problem, I want to know what I can do to solve that problem. So, you know, everyone needs serenity. Everyone needs a place. I listen to NPR radio. I listen to Think Radio, 91.3. And I listen to a lot of classical music, jazz, I exposure. I expose myself to different things that we frowned up as kids growing up, you know. And what I found is a sense of serenity and peace. And when I find this peace, even if in walking around, and I can look down at a flower and come up with an idea, you know. The Mayflower Project. I can look in the trees and come up with an idea, the treetop event. So my environment, the environment that I visit every day, helps me acquire and come up with these visions or the events that I put on.
So do you meditate?
I meditate a lot. You know, everyone needs to ruminate, you know.
What is your process of meditating? Because I think meditation has taken on a different definition for different people.
Right.
So what is it that you meditate on?
What I do is I sit back and I get my peace, I get my quiet area or my quiet spaces, and I think to myself, and I do a lot of deep thinking. I like to be off to myself. I like to ride sometimes and meditate. I like to sit off to myself. I mean, I love to visit the spot. The Ark is great. You know, it's a great spot. I meditate down here in my room at home by myself when everybody's gone. When I'm driving by myself, you know, back here into from Jackson or wherever I'm going. You know, whenever I'm in the company of myself, that's when I do it. My private time also refers to my mind time.
Okay. So who are some of your people who have influenced you?
The people who have influenced me the most are, I'm a little different. Of course, I have my team, my people, my friends who have gone on from here to Atlanta to be successful. I get a lot from him. I get motivated from a friend of mine. He owns the biggest night spot in Atlanta, or one of the biggest. I have another partner who used to work for Steve McNair and Air McNair Corporations. I get a lot from him. I get a lot from my environment. People around here actually motivate me. Naysayers motivate me. And I look up to them because what they do, they give me a sense of not being complacent or not remaining in a state of immobility. Okay. So I get motivation, and I look up to a lot of different people. Even there's people on the streets that I look up to, you know, because without them there will be no me. You know, I would never forget where I came from. I came from there. I came from not having anything. I came from the mud up, so to speak. I know how it feels to eat a mayonnaise sandwich, which a lot of you all probably don't know. So, you know, everything around me motivates me, and I get, Dr. Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Medgar Evers, Bill Gates, Barack Obama, anybody that accomplished a feat and did it twice. You know, like they say in New York, the city of New York sounds so nice they had to name it twice. Barack Obama was such an affluent and affectionate president that they had to elect him twice. You know, it was history within itself doing it once, but a black man being a leader twice, that's unheard of. So, you know, anyone who does things outside of the norm, you know, whether, you know, that's who I look up to. Anybody's trying to make a change in the community, there are some young, bright minds right here in Claiborne County that I look up to with the things that they do and the movement that they're having here. There's a movement here in Claiborne County.
Okay. So what is it that you see happening in Claiborne County, since you spoke of the movement? Let's talk about that movement. What is it that you see happening?
I see Claiborne County becoming a driven force. I see Claiborne County growing like it's never grown before. Within the next 5 years, I see Claiborne County moving forward on some things that's been on the back burner for years, because not only myself, but there are other people in the community who are stepping forward to make these things happen. If you look back here, you got people from Natchez, Vicksburg, Fayette, all over Louisiana, Jackson, Texas. You have people over here, Chicago. You have people from, and they're standing rolling in, and these people are coming down here to the Ark, man. Important, but Claiborne County, this little small Claiborne County. And what they're doing is they're noticing she's diamond in the rough here. They're noticing a them here. The people that's putting on the show in Natchez, the Cape Michelle show, they want to come here in Port Gibson and contribute and put on some. We have people from Jackson, Mississippi coming down, putting on shows. Debbie has been here. Trina has been here. Kay Kemp has been here. Abias has been here. Omar Cunningham, Tarko, with Hollywood, Day One, to have all type in Fox, and have all type entertainers that are here. And they've enjoyed themselves. They found a uniqueness in Claiborne County, because we love down here. We want to treat you with hospitality and respect. So what we're going to do here, we're going to take that and use it as a platform to reach out and bring our fellow brothers from different towns here and have them to invest in what we have going here. So Claiborne County is on the rise. I mean, it's long overdue. A lot of our precious juice that have moved out of Claiborne County because of the stagnated growth. But Claiborne County is trying to grow and back and bring some of those great minds. We're going to put this thing together, and we're going to welcome people from Natchez. And yeah, we have a multi-asset government body. We have a lady from Fed, which is a wonderful lady here that's our council administrator. Who, we have another guy from Jack Allen, who's the economic developer. So we have people coming in and sharing ideas for the betterment of Claiborne County. But I would like to see some of our own. Or, hey, sometimes it takes somebody, and we don't knock somebody coming in from someone else with an idea that's going to help better us. Clearly, what I'm for is the betterment of Claiborne County. Not only Claiborne County, but Gibson County, Warren County, Hines County, Powell County, and all of the neighboring counties. I'm for the betterment of Mississippi as a whole, because we can start in some one county at a time, so and make this thing spread. It's like wildfire. I see a change in Claiborne County. Starting to listen, connect. Just Ronald Shoulder, I can never say enough about this man. He supports everything that his schedule allows him to do. Edwin Smith is here today. He's the supervisor here in Claiborne community. He's done a lot in Claiborne County, but he was behind this amongst guy. But he's brought a lot of money into the time. There are things responsible to here in supervisor. Hey, for some reasons that's going on right in Claiborne County today. Great. They're winning the civil that been fenced. They're up, and we haven't been last time has been done. Come, we venture McDonald's that is to time. We have a convention center. We have we have a lot of the World Central Museum, and so each one of the things in the help them with this one of you. We came out there and us with the vision and help but to grow. And what I believe in is giving something to every that I have. Something I'm gonna donate to the children. I'm gonna donate something to the adults, community. I'm gonna donate somebody to the money. Everybody, we had a chance to win money so here today. And we people gave away some. We give back down, and where some people do that at. So Claiborne, this is genuine. Somebody from Vicksburg won this term today, and last term donate. Someone from Fort won a monetary donation. Somebody from Gibson won a monetary donation. So it's about behind and in the young man. We have our day, the vision hunters. Notice got a little kid's haircut. I knew something when I was getting my head. He knew one of the blue. He was shows, not actually, but perform. When we got elevated, thing to do is good. I reached down and I get to that kid. I got stood with him. And I told him, when you through, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna let you earn for what to keep. I'm gonna teach you. We want work. We don't want you for don't. That's what we want to do. Getting on. Watch people just looking for nations. We want out there function car thing, create selling, having gift raisers, doing cookings. That was because a productive active out there community. If you teach a just how to get a bag and shake a bucket, it was just not conducive. You get to the movement. Look, what's conducive to the movement is when you that child and say, yeah, we trying to raise uniforms for an event. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna get out here. We're gonna sell some donuts. We're gonna street candy bars. We're gonna wash some cars, and we're gonna beat the streets. We're gonna be here in the movement. We're gonna sell. We're gonna do that. We'll go over here. We're gonna do this. We'll go over there and do it. We're gonna do things that is supposed to. We'll work community what we want. Just like when you deal that into a community, like ants. You know, I'm all ants. I watch. You know, I watch them when they get there for stove and take it up and put it up for that time and space for it and put their, you know, they're not working these all time of the day, doing the seat time because they're preparing for the rough count, and that's what I want to teach people here in Cleveland. Not only Cleveland, but Jefferson, person in these counties to not be a waster that just wait up. I don't be, you know, put a person rainy day, be an entrepreneur, be a hustler with hustling, and don't just with hustle, but have a giving flow. If you weren't born through grit, get out there and read books like and the richest man, kings, whoever, read Solomon, Think and Grow Rich, out there the 4-day law of hip hop, the 50 hip law. I still read some of these books and build, and it's just telling you what's in that word. Be a mover, don't be a doer. Don't be just sometimes a sayer. We all sit around and so then as we set our soul failure by set unrealistic goals. And get out there and move for goal that we can pain, move on, you know, or with that comes and build that there confidence. You know, that's what builds confidence. When you get out there, do something, yes, and accomplish it. When you accomplish and say, hey, yeah, I can do that, and then you go on out here for a bigger feat. Don't get out there and something that you can accomplish, or grab leap and be and tell your that you can. And don't listen to nothing that they tell you that you can't do. You get out there, and these are the things that I, you know, personally practice. You know, so that's what it is.
People just really big on, you know, letting what know that I'm a Christian. So where they're really about what would you say relationship with God like?
I have a strong relationship with God. There's some out here and told her that, you know, me without, you know, this is work. Actually, he leads me. You know, these are his Odoms. This is not Reggie Odom the man. This is Reginald, a man that God created. I'm not a saint, not a hope. I'm not Benedict. But I'm a person who believes in faith, in the Bible, not in God, and I have this long faith base. I did pray. I prayed about this before I did it. You know, I know that this affects me. You know, there's no my cockiness here. I'm very humble. Be proud. So I give him all blessings. If I have a great relationship with God, if not up and get none of this, he can wake me up. I can't wake up and get up in the morning at age 4, move 3, the things that I do and do the movement that I you know the movement that they show. So I mean, I have a strong relationship with him.
Have any people? So do you have some advice for people who are wanting to step back and maybe have to walk the walk negative that you're talking about, who have had realistic self-talk and who are maybe uneasy to the naysayers and they say that what is a problem. I don't have enough money to do what I want to do. But am I gonna start my business? I know that I want to start my business. Money and I have to do it. I don't have any money the door. I don't have whatever you support or I work have. You should mentor with them. You're person encourage to tell you because it's here. You say that you have mayonnaise sandwich class and now you're here. Right. You have this big, place and you have these people here. I know. And kids, they're having some time. I've been here, my folks have been enjoying it. Would you, what word of encouragement would you give to them?
Work, believe. Achieve, work. Believe, achieve, achieve. You have to be a strong support. If the support system that you're around tonight and you is having a negative effect on your life, if they're bringing you down and it's affecting in you, they're saying is helping to you're confident. Then what you wait for do is you have to step away. You have to step away from the usual norms. Extraordinary people do extraordinary. You want to be things ordinary. You have to do ordinary. So if you be extraordinary, you hang around extraordinary people. Now, I'm not saying people I'm not saying clan yourself, sort of spiritual. Look down on anyone. I'm just saying remove effect from that environment that makes you negative. I mean, put yourself in an environment that's conducive to growth. If you have a good time doing that, just the opposite of what you're doing now. You like to go to places that you're going to now. If you like to go to the bar, hey, try the library. If you like to go to Brody, hey, the church. Don't like to go, try little bitch. If you like battle, I mean, just and don't switch it up a little bit. But you need that bar balance. I'm not saying go to the rodeo, relax, or don't go to the band because people need to relax and unwind. Don't. But what I'm saying, plus don't let it engulf you. That I don't do golf for you. I'm not. I don't do a lot of playing, and people have. I'm not having fun. I love seeing you're working right now. You're working. I've been working. This event works. There's a lot of work right this. Let's put it on the show. And now after the Kate Michelle show, they want to come here. Port Gibson and contribute and put on some. We have people from Jackson, Mississippi coming down, putting on shows. Debbie has been here. Trina has been here. Kate Kemp has been here. Lies has been here. Omar Cunningham, Tucker, with Hollywood. Day one to have all type in Fox and have all type in entertainers that are here. And they've enjoyed themselves. They found a uniqueness in Claiborne County. Because we love down here. We want to treat you with hospitality and respect. So what we're going to do is we're going to take that and use it as a platform to reach out and bring our fellow brothers from different towns here and have them to invest in what we have going here. So Claiborne County is on the rise. I mean, it's long overdue. A lot of our precious juice that have moved out of Claiborne County because of the stagnated growth. But Claiborne County trying to grow and back and bring some of those great minds. We're going to put this thing together and we're going to welcome people for snatches. And we have a multi-asset government body. We have a lady from the Fed, which is a wonderful lady here that's our council administrator. Who we have another guy from Jack Allen, who's the economic developer. So we have people coming in and sharing ideas for the betterment of Claiborne County. But I would like to see some of our own. Or hey, sometimes it takes somebody, and we don't knock somebody coming in from someone else with an idea that's going to help better us. What I'm for is the betterment of Claiborne County. Not only Claiborne County, but Gibson County, Warren County, Hines County, Powell County, and all of the neighboring counties. I'm for the betterment of Mississippi as a whole, because we can start in some one county at a time, and make this thing red. It's like wildfire. I see a change in Claiborne County. Starting to listen, connect. Just Ronald Shoulder, I can never say enough about this man. He supports everything that his schedule allows him to do. Edwin Smith did it today. He's the supervisor in Claiborne community. He's done a lot in Claiborne County. But he was behind this amongst guy. But he's brought a lot of money into the time. There are things responsible to here and supervisors. Hey, for some remodels that's going on right in Claiborne County today. Great. They're winning the city that been fenced. They're up, and we haven't been last time has it been done. We fenced McDonald's that is to time. We have a Gavin Center. We have we have a lot of there. The World Central Museum, and so each one of the things in the help them with this one of you. We came out there helping us with vision and help us to grow. And what I believe is giving something to every that I have something. I'm gonna donate stuff to the children. I'm gonna donate something to the whole community. I'm gonna donate somebody to the money. Everybody, we had a chance to win money here today, and we do people gave away some. We give back down, and where some people do that at. So Claiborne, this is genuine. Somebody from Big Spoon won this term today and last term donate. Someone from Port won a monetary donation. Somebody from Gibson won a monetary donation. So it's about us, about behind and inspiring the young man. We have our day, the vision hunters. Notice he had a little kid's haircut. I knew something when I was getting my head. He knew all one of the blue. He was shows, not actually, but perform. When we got here, he name to do it. I reached down and I get to that kid. I got stood with him. And I told him, when you through, I'm gonna pay you. I'm gonna let you earn for what the keep. I'm gonna teach you. We want work. We don't want you for don't. That's what we want to do. I'm getting on. Watch people just looking for nations. We want out there function cars, create, selling, having different races, doing cookings. That was because a productive child active out there community. If you teach a that's how to get a bag and shake a bucket, those are just not conducive. You get to the movement. Look, what's conducive to the movement is when you that child and say, yeah, we're trying to raise uniforms for an event. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get out here and we're gonna sell some donuts. We're gonna street and candy bars. We're gonna wash some cars. And we're gonna beat the streets. We're gonna be here in the movement. We're gonna we're gonna do that. We'll go over here. We're gonna do this. We'll go over there and do it. We're gonna do things that is supposed to. We'll work them in what we want. Just like when you still let into a community, I like ants. I marvel at ants. I watch back. I watch them when they get their stove and take it up and put it up for that time and space for it and put their they're not weapons. Working these all time of the day, doing the seat time because they're what I'm hearing for the rough count, and that's what I'm going to teach people here in Claiborne. Not only Claiborne, but Jefferson, Person, in these counties to not be a waster that just wait up from. I don't be, put a person rainy day, be an entrepreneur, be a hustler with hustling, and don't just with hustle, but have a getting flow. If you weren't born through grit, get out there and read books like and the richest man, kings, whoever, Solomon, Think and Grow Rich, out there the 48 law of hip hop, the 50 hip law. I still read some of these books and be building and just telling you what's in that word. Be a mover, don't be a doer. Don't be just sometimes a sayer. We all sit around and so then as we set our soul failure by set unrealistic goals. And get out there and move for goal that we accomplish pain. Move on, or with that confidence and build that there confidence. That's what builds confidence. When you get out there and do something, yes, and accomplish it. When you accomplish and say, hey, yeah, I can do that, and then you go on out here for a bigger feat. Don't get out there and do something that you become accomplished or grab heap and beat and tear your chest that you can. And don't listen to nothing that they tell you that you can't do. You get out there, and these are the things that I, personally practice. So that's what it is.
People just really big on letting what know that I'm a Christian. So you're really about what would you say relationship with God like?
Have a strong relationship with God. There's some out here and told her that me without this is work. Actually, he leads me. These are his Odoms. This is not Reggie Odom the man. This is Reginald, I'm a man that God created. I'm not a saint, not a hope. I'm not. I am Benedict. But I'm a person who believes in faith, in the Bible, and I'm God. And I have this strong faith base. I did pray. I prayed about this before I did it. I know that this affects me. There's no my cockiness here. I'm very humble. Be out. So I give him all blessings. If I have a great relationship with God, if not, up and get none of this, he can wake me up. I can't wake up and get up in the morning at age 4, move 3, the things that I do and do the movement that I the movement that I have. So I mean, I have a strong relationship with him.
Have any Okay, people. So, do you have some advice for people who are wanting to step back and maybe have to walk the walk negative that you're talking about, who have had relative self-talk and who are maybe uneasy to the naysayers, and having, they say that mood is a problem. I don't have enough money to do what I want to do, but am I gonna start my business? I know that I want to start my business, money, and I have to do it. I don't have any money, or I don't have whatever support or I don't work have mentor with them. You're person encouraged, to tell you because it's here. You say that you have mayonnaise sandwich class and now you're here. Right. You have this big, place, and you have these people here. I know, and kids, they're having some time. I've been here, my folks have been enjoying it. Would you, what word of encouragement would you give to them?
Work or believe. Achieve, work. Believe, achieve.
Talk about change.
Change is constant. Change is something that a lot of people are afraid of. But in life, you have to, it depends on what you're trying to change. If you're trying to bring yourself out of a bad situation, you have to change the people you know, the places you go, and the things you do. And you'll see yourself working things out a lot better. If you're trying to change crime or poverty in your neighborhood, I like to deal with the 5 W's. Who, what, where, when, and why. Who's committing these crimes? Why are they committing these crimes? Where are they committing these crimes? When and where? So who, what, where, when, and why. You have to know these things to solve that problem. If you don't know these 5 W's, it's hard to solve that problem. So that's the system that I apply to a lot in life, and I see it working out a lot better for me. Also, in changing yourself or changing yourself for the better, you have to know who. You have to do the who, the what, the where, the when, the why. Who are you? Who am I? You have to know who you are. Who is Reginald Odom? Why am I in the position that I'm in today? When am I gonna do something about it? Where is that change gonna take place?
When do you think a person will ever understand that, or can you give me a scenario where you yourself knew that there needed to be a change in your life, and you just, you took it for what it was, things weren't just the way that you, even with this right here, when you were planning it, was there any point in when you were planning this that you felt, okay, well, that's not going to work, we're going to have to start this over? Or, how do you execute, how can I say it, needing to make a change, or needing to remove something, or needing to do something different, kind of like what you were saying? First
of all, you have to evaluate everything you do, and sometimes with evaluation it takes re-evaluating. I know in life a lot of people don't understand why that they're in the position that they're in, or what is the position that they're in. But what you have to do is you have to accept responsibility, first of all, and whatever it is you're doing, I don't care what it is, you have to be able to admit, I have a problem, or this is not right, or that is not right. And in doing that, then you can work on the healing and the rebuilding process. So even with this blues show, I've done one before, and it wasn't a success. Now this one is a success, but what I did, I didn't take no for an answer. I had a lot of people, again, talking about the R. Kelly show, that I shouldn't do this because of the R. Kelly show. And you would think R. Kelly was here from the crowd. But I went in and I reevaluated what I did wrong. For example, I had a blues show at the wrong time of the year, which was close to the wintry months. I think November to be exact. It was an indoor show. Most blues people like to blues, horse, cars, barbecue grills, trucks, mud, all that goes hand in hand. I was trying to take an outdoor event that goes hand in hand with outdoor activities and bring it into an indoor facility. And I had to realize, I had to do a lot of brainstorming to realize that's where I went wrong. And I went back in and I tweaked it and I readjusted and I adjusted it, and voila, magic. But that's with life itself, You can't take no for an answer. I do not take no for an answer. You tell me no, even with pledging Kappa, very old when I pledged. You know, I was 30 years old, and I went undergrad because I didn't want the easy way out. I didn't want to, and no disrespect to people that go graduate, but I wanted to do it how I wanted to do it back when I was 21 and 20. So, you know, I don't look for the easy way out, you know. I'll make a chair out of a milk crate in a Corona box, you know. Some people dare to sit on it, you know. I get down and dirty, you know. These hands, these are working hands. Oil is gonna be under my fingernails. I'm not afraid to get down and get dirty. You know, I'm from the mud. I got it from the mud. So, you know, again, once you realize who you are, then you don't have any problems. You don't have any hang-ups or convictions. No one can tell you who you are. And I thrive on that. I know who I am. I know who Reginald Odom is. I know, doesn't matter what anybody says or how they try to tear me down, I look for ways to build myself up. From those very words, you know, you probably heard about the donkey in the well. The donkey fell in the well trying to drink water, and he broke his leg, and most of the people said, all the townsmen came to the well and they looked over and they were like, oh, he's no good. And they threw rocks and dirt at him, and he was on his back and he was shaking and walling in the dirt. And before you know, they had thrown so many rocks and dirt on him until it built a hill, and it kept building and it kept building and it kept building. And one day the donkey just turned over and walked out of the well. You take the stones that people throw at you and you build a stone house. You take the dirt that people throw at you and you build mountains. You take the lemons that people throw at you and you make lemonade. You take the tomatoes that people throw at you and boo you with, and you make tomato paste or ketchup. So these are the things that I do. This is when I'm at my best. You know, you want to see Reginald perform, doubting, talk about it. You know, that's what makes me perform. And when people acknowledge my accomplishments, it raises the bar. So with me, it's like a double-edged sword. It works two ways. The negativity fuels my fire. The positivity fuels my fire. So there's a win-win situation. I can't lose.
Okay. So name me 3 words that describes Reginald Odom.
Diligent, honest, loving.
Okay. Good, good. And would you say that all the people here would say that same thing?
I would say most people that know me, who know me, they will say that. Some people probably that don't know me, you know, I had an experiment that I did with a man one day, and he came to me and he thought that he knew me from what he heard people say, and I took an ink pen and a piece of paper and I scribbled, and I asked him, I said, what is this? And he said, I don't know, it looks like a circle. A circle, is it a circle? I said, right, you don't know what it is. I said, because it's my creation. I said, now, this is me and this is my life. If I don't tell you what this is, you don't know. So if you want to know something, you get it from the horse's mouth. Now, if you take and ask 15 people what this is and they tell you 15 different things, that's what you may think I am, or who you may think I am, when that's not me. That's not who I am. So I create who I am. I dictate who I am. I know who I am. I know who Reginald Odom is. So if a person wants to know who I am, they have to ask me to know. Most people that don't know me, they think that I'm not approachable, but at first but when they get to know me, they be like, oh man, you just a cool dude, you down to earth, I mean, that's who I am. I'm a person, I'm a human being just like everybody else, flesh and blood. There's no big eyes, little U's here. You know, I am who I am. I am you. You know, you are me. We are each other. So that's pretty much, they'll say it. They'll say it. You know, you're gonna hear way more good things about Reginald Odom than you will bad. You know, and if you hear bad, that's because a person doesn't know me and haven't given themselves a chance to meet the man.
Okay. What has been one of your greatest fears?
One of my greatest fears was probably when I was in prison, when I was incarcerated. The fear of returning back to society, you know, the thought of being in there and not making it out, you know. And I don't advise anybody to go to places like that. You know, people often glorify prison, and it seems that that gives them some type of cool points. But there's nothing cool about being in prison where somebody dictates your life and, you know, wake you up and tell you when to go to sleep, what to eat, when to go to work, what to do, what type of job to hold.
Take all your freedom away.
Yeah, take all your freedom away. There's nothing more important to you than your freedom, because without that, you can't do anything. So that was my biggest fear. I don't have many fears. I don't have any fears other than that was one of the biggest fears that I was faced with.
What do you think is one of your greatest accomplishments?
One of my greatest accomplishments was to leave out of prison, turn my life around, and not go back to the life that I led before I went to prison. And I'm proud of myself. A lot of people that know me, they're proud of me. And that is what it is. That's been my greatest accomplishment, you know, being able to win the people's trust that know me and that watched me, and who are still watching me. I'm still on the radar. People watching me and seeing that I'm not going back to that lifestyle.
Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to add?
Well, as a motivational piece, I'm just Reginald Odom from Port Gibson, a small rural town. Approximately 2,000 people in the city, approximately 9 to 11,000 people in the county. I'm a living example. I'm a living proof. I don't swear. I don't use any bad words. I'm a living proof that anybody can do anything that they put in the proper work to do. You can sit up and say you want to be a doctor, lawyer, physician, or whatever, but if you don't put in the work to do it, you're not going to be there. I've owned several businesses, operated service several businesses, worked on a lot of projects. I do motivational speaking. I speak to at-risk youth. I speak to impoverished youth. I've provided housing here in Port Gibson since 1992. I've been in the real estate business, buying, selling, and renting homes. I've owned a dry cleaners, operated a dry cleaners before. I promote shows, concerts, whether it be gospel, whether it be rap, whether it be blues, whether it be a step show, talent show for the children. I own and purchased the first Claiborne County Convention Center. Claiborne County has been in existence for years, and they've never had a convention center. So I did that 3 years ago, which was a great feat. Pretty much everything that I've set my mind to and my heart to and put in the work for, I've done it. So I'm not saying that in a braggadocious or a boastful mood, because I remain humble. But what I'm telling you is, I'm telling you what I've done, so you know that you can do the same thing. But you have to do what I do. You have to work hard. You have to put in the blood, sweat, and tears. You have to have the hustle and the flow, the true grit, the determination, the will, the willingness to admit that you're wrong when you're wrong. A certain sense of humbleness, meekness, that cockiness destroys you, pride destroys you. Have pride in what you do, but don't be prideful. Pride caused Pharaoh his first son, his firstborn. You know, when Moses was telling him, giving him the words, what God was saying, he rebelled against that. He had so much cockiness that he rebelled and he lost his firstborn. So don't let pride cause you your firstborn. And I don't mean firstborn as your child, but I mean your first business project. Don't be so big when somebody can't tell you what it is you're doing wrong, and you accept it and change it. So with that, you know, I wish anyone who's trying to go off into business well. I've helped promote and campaign for different people that's running for office. You name it, I've done it. You know, so not because I'm this great guy or this smart guy. It's just because I have that will and that determination. I won't let anything deter me from what it is I want to do. So you have to have that mindset. You have to go at it wholeheartedly.
What can we look for from Reginald Odom? What can we be, you know, where can we find Reggie Odom?
Reginald Odom. one of these days, one of these great old days, my heart, what I truly work hard for is financial freedom. And once I get that financial freedom, I want to give back to my community. I want to give back in a way that it'll help my community grow. I want to establish the first real state-of-the-art youth center here in Claiborne County. I want to get in there and teach kids leadership skills, guidance, ethics, responsibilities, pride, motivate them. I want them to be businessmen, leaders, have intellect, know how to enunciate, speak, vivacious, and confident. And in doing that, you have to put an institution in the community where it'll provide these things. You know, it'll be conducive towards these things. So this is what Reginald Odom wants to do, and this is what you can expect from Reginald Odom. I'm gonna keep on keeping on. I'm gonna move on.